now listening to the Jca Sports Podcast on Spotify and Anchor. Jca Sports.
It picks up each other's mics.
That's my favorite part. I like when they heard mom. All right, we're going on 3, 2, 1. What did
Baby! Jca Sports Podcast. We're live from the J Studio for the first time. The three of us.
For real, this is weird, huh?
What's up, buddy? What's up?
What it do, baby? That's right. Jca Sports Live. Here live.
We're actually live.
We're actually live, yeah.
I think this is the first time we actually went live since the 100th episode, no?
Together? I think
Together,
so.
yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
true? Wow.
It's been that long, huh?
Isn't it crazy schedules?
Yes, indeed. Yes,
Mostly
indeed.
me.
It's all good.
To be honest, mostly me. But
If you guys didn't follow us on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, you can also follow me on Instagram, ESAvila13, where I'm going live here too as well. I only got Johnny right now, just me and Johnny. Well, mainly more John, so more, just there you go. How about that? Jose is over there. If you don't follow us, if you're watching us on my Instagram Live, you can also follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, where we have everything going on. We're everywhere. We're live and we are together, guys.
Yes, and if you follow me on TikTok, I might go live the last 30 minutes of the show. We'll see. We'll see.
Look at that. We are everywhere. See, this is what happens when we come together, right? Like we just go everywhere.
It depends if I remember to do it or not. That's the only reason.
I mean, hey, if you
I don't know. Maybe we can purposely this song.
probably.
I think the TikTok users.
You know what? I'm sure it won't take. I'm sure it won't take a lot to piss me off. So
You just gotta. I mean, well, it is what it is. We gotta do one thing though. Just the blasphemy that you said last week that just kicked me out. There's something stupid like that probably will work.
I got plenty of blasphemy in there.
I'll tell you what's not blasphemy, guys, and that is the JCA Sports Fantasy Football Championship.
Yes,
Hold on, what the hell? What the hit? There you go.
Connection problems.
There we go. We're good.
All
right. JCA Sports Fantasy Football, guys. If you guys can look on the screen, that is coming up. August 14th is the date. Eric, you want to read the rules to enter, please?
Yeah, for sure. Rules are simple, guys. If you want to join in, guys and girls, if you guys want to join in and girls, all you gotta do is either on my Instagram today, or on Facebook, or on YouTube, or on Twitter, or on Twitch, or Snapchat, any of our social media platforms, and just type in your first and last name, and you automatically are in our pool of joining our fantasy football league. Last year was a good one. Had 40 divisions.
40 people, yeah.
40 people in. Yeah, us three, myself, John, and Jose over there. You can't see on my Instagram, but he's here. We all get our own division, and the champion gets their own division.
If we get enough, everybody gets their own division again. Right now we're at 20.
Yeah.
So let's at least shoot for 30. That way, at least defending champions is on. That's Eric.
That's me.
Defending champ Jose and I don't mind being together
On the same team.
But if we can do another 40, we do all 4 leagues, and then we're runner up. Each of us get a league, and runner up will get their own. We'll be back. Eric can't have 2 leagues.
No, I cannot. But it's all right. If I do, that'd be awesome, though. I ain't gonna lie. I'll run it back for both leagues. How about that one?
You know what? I'm willing to bet that you don't even make the playoffs.
I'm willing to bet that too. I'm not gonna lie. Remember, y'all. The way how this works, don't try. That's how I won last year. So, okay, sounds good. All right, I'm all right. So yeah, we're listening to the JCA. You're watching and listening to the JCA Sports Podcast here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. And if you follow me on Instagram, we're live on Instagram. For everybody that has watched me, I got people here at sideways. But thank you guys for watching. But we got a good show. We got a good show for you guys here. We are talking about the AFC East.
Yeah.
We are talking about
we're talking about the AFC East. We're also first thing first, Rule Center. It's on the screen, guys.
Oh.
The fantasy football. Right, as Eric mentioned earlier, make sure to DM us or in the comment section, just write your name. We'll go ahead and put you in. What happens after that is after all participants are confirmed, we will randomly choose via live on the JCA Podcast show. So that would probably be the show the week before. That is, I had the date earlier. Hold on, let me see what date that is. That is going to be on the 1st. So no, I'm sorry, the 8th. So August 8th, we will do a live show where we pick the names out of a hat and see who's where and what league and how many leagues there will be in general. How to win? There will be a minimum of 4 leagues if we get 4 like we did last year. Objective will be to win your league. No matter what league you're in, you got to win your league, make the playoffs, win that league at the end of the year, and whoever has the most points out of all the winners, the grand prize winner will be decided. And they would win not only a $100 gift card, but the Jca Sports Fantasy Football Trophy that our friend Eric Avila.
Hey, there's my trophy.
The
one I still haven't touched and kissed, and
it's okay.
We'll
get it very
soon. I haven't slept with it yet. Isn't that a thing? Don't you sleep with the trophies, no matter which one? Is that a thing?
No, it's definitely not a thing.
I'm making it a thing. No, but yeah, we got a lot. That's our thing. That's our fantasy football league. Guys, make sure you join us again. If you are following on my Instagram, just put your name on it if you're interested. $100 gift card, and also the trophy if you're not on our Facebook Live. You're missing out on the trophy. It's a beautiful trophy that you guys are seeing.
It's
so
nice to have in my room.
Follow us on the John Conavi Facebook app, JONCONAVI. If you're not following us on our Facebook page, that's where normally we go live for all our shows. We also are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms. So thank you for watching us on my Instagram live. And yeah, let's get the show up and going, ready to go.
All right. So what I have in store for you guys today, right, is over the weekend, I made a bet. Okay? A bet that I'm actually pretty proud of. A $10 bet that will win me $9,000, over $9,000. And all I had to do was pick the team that will make the playoffs this year. So I was like, you know what? Let me bring it to the guys' attention. Let me show them and see if this is a bet that's a winner. And get your guys' perspective. I'm pretty sure we'll get some good debates. And for all those watching at home, same thing. If you guys think this is a winner, place this bet at home. I'm giving you a blueprint to win shmoney here, okay? Shmoney. So let me put it up. All right, let me put it up.
I mean, it's just $10, right? I mean, if you want to lose
$10 to win $9,089.62 on FanDuel, by the way. And this is what I have. So here for you guys, okay? To win the AFC East, Buffalo Bills. Y'all agree or disagree? Okay. To win the AFC North, the Cincinnati Bengals. You disagree?
Definitely disagree.
Eric?
Okay, I'll give you the Bengals.
So then who wins the AFC North?
It'll be the Ravens.
Okay, so John has the Ravens.
Or
Don't say
No.
I'm not gonna say it. Or the Browns if they let Deshaun play majority of the season.
I'll give him that.
Bengals.
Or Steelers.
All right. This is where the money starts to kick in. I have the Chargers winning the AFC West. Let me tell you guys why.
I can see it.
I think a new team is going to emerge in that division. I think the Chiefs take a step. I do it now. I still see the Chiefs making the playoffs and probably even making it to the AFC Championship, but this is just to win the division. Okay? I think the Chargers can win it. I think Justin Herbert takes that next step to becoming the top 5 quarterback. And with that team, with Austin Eckler, you know that running game is going to be crazy. The wide receiving core is already crazy. I think that team wins the AFC West.
I mean, they stack up on defense.
And their defense is tough. You still have a Bosa brother there. But what do you guys think about that?
No.
Really?
I honestly think there's a chance. I think that the Chargers do have a chance to. I feel like the Chargers are being slept on this year. I really do.
I don't know about being slept on.
I do think they're being slept
on. I don't know about all that.
I mean, who's rooting for them? Nobody. I mean, I feel like there's more hype with the Broncos now that they got a legit Hall of Fame quarterback. You can't say that about Justin Herbert. I mean, we hope he's a Hall of Fame quarterback, but Russell Wilson is a Hall of Fame quarterback, and I think they have a good team. They have a good coach, pretty solid defense. They were just a quarterback away from being like legit contenders That's why I think the Broncos definitely have more hype than the Chargers, because the Chargers are just like, they're that good team, but they're like the, I guess, little brother, not really viewed as like a big dog. And then, I mean, it's a tough division, and it just got tougher with Russ there. That's why I think I can see it happening. Like I said, they did improve on defense. You can't forget they got Khalil Mack. I mean, if they get what we didn't get, a healthy Khalil Mack for a full year, that's gonna be.
I mean, put it in that perspective. But if the money is right, I think the one contender that everybody's sleeping on is the Raiders. I think they upgraded on both sides of the ball.
That's foul.
I'm glad you said that, right? Because it was between the Raiders and the Chargers for me. Both teams were literally a game away to making the playoffs. Raiders ended up making it, right? The Chargers went away to do it. They didn't make it happen. That being said, I just think the Chargers have a little bit more depth than the Raiders do at this moment. I believe in Justin Herbert more than I do believe in Derek Carr, which is why I went for the Chargers. I do think the Chiefs will take a step back. They're naturally going to. Look at the wide receiving core. Other than Travis Kelce, it's going to be tough for
Juju Smith.
Bro,
if Juju Smith is the Juju Smith that we can remember, but if he couldn't do it in Pittsburgh with a great coach,
but look at the Big Ben. Big Ben's a Hall of Fame quarterback. He was way on the down end of his career.
Yeah, he couldn't pass anything no more than 15 yards.
I get struggling, that, but he's not gonna get
Patrick Mahomes now.
He's not gonna give you
the GOAT, the next GOAT.
He's not gonna give you Tyreek Hill numbers. They're gonna miss that. They're gonna miss that 100%.
I think Juju's fantasy football sleeper.
I agree with you. I think it's a sleeper too. I'll pick him up late in the fantasy football, but I think the Chargers win, man. I can just see the Chargers taking that next step. Look, one team is going to emerge, and I think in the AFC is the San Diego Chargers or Los Angeles Chargers, whatever you want.
I think it's going to be the Broncos, to be honest with you.
All right, you're not the only one on there too. Josh on Facebook, on the Biggs Creations Facebook comment page. There are Facebook comment pages brought to you by Biggs Creation. Guys, if you want a nice custom T-shirt from anywhere, go to Biggs Creation in Munster and in Lansing. They will hook you guys up, just like they hook us up with the T-shirts, which, by the way, we still need to ship out. So we need everybody's address. So they're still in my trunk. I ain't go. No, actually, I took them out. But yeah, Josh on Facebook says that the Broncos are taking that division. He's very high. He's very high on the Broncos. CP says that's why he said that's why the money is so high. The Vikings and the Chargers are less than likely to win the division. He goes on and saying he's giving you his picks too. He says, Chiefs are winning it again. Packers will obviously win the North. Everything else he agrees, right?
Okay, look, here's the thing. We can't go every year thinking the same thing is going to happen over and over and over. This is the NFL. Something's going to change. Okay, and I think those two divisions that he just mentioned with the NFC North and the AFC West are the two divisions where you'll see that change. The NFC North will get there, but the NFC North is up for grabs, I believe. I don't think the Packers, although Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, I don't think they have enough to win. I said one of the greatest quarterbacks. I don't think they have enough to win. I said one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, okay? One of the greatest quarterbacks.
Well, if we're going off of Eric's prediction for the Bears, shouldn't they win the division with that record?
Yeah, but I'm not Eric. This is my bet here, okay?
I feel like this is even worse than that.
I honestly do think this is worse than that.
No. Wait. AFC South, I have the Indianapolis Colts winning, yes or no?
I agree. I think people are sleeping on the Colts, and they've upgraded in quarterback.
I do agree too. That's probably
they've upgraded quarterback, wide receiver, and then they have Jonathan Taylor, and their defense is really solid.
So the reason why I picked the Vikings for the NFC North is because I just mentioned the Packers. Talent-wise, they don't have it like they used to.
Right. Like what you said about the Chiefs, that applies to the Packers.
Yes, and I do think the Packers are going to make a while. They're going to be in the playoffs. They're probably going to make it farther than the Vikings. But I think the Vikings have enough talent on offense. They have enough talent on defense. They have a stud running back. A couple stud running backs. Don't forget, Madison is a solid backup. They have wide receivers galore, and Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson. Kirk Cousins is the quarterback, but he's serviceable. He's a game manager, and he can do his thing. What are you laughing at?
At you.
I'm laughing at you.
I'm laughing at you.
The Vikings can win a division. They have a new head coach, a new system. I think they can do it.
You can argue the same thing for the Bears.
Thank you.
No. Mute it. No. The Bears don't have half the talent the Vikings have right now at all.
I think we got the better quarterback out of them, honestly.
We don't know that yet. But we don't have running backs. Running backs are even if not, you're going to give the edge to Cook. Dalvin Cook. If he stays healthy, the edge goes to Dalvin Cook. Wide receivers, they blow us out the water. There's no comparison.
The only position
And they're not bad defensively. They're not bad defensively. So again, remember, their coach Zimmerman, who was the coach that last season, was a defensive-minded coach. So you know that defense is going to come in a little bit stronger than offense is.
Wait, isn't this the same team that Matt Nagy owned during his
He
tenure as head coach?
owned the Lions. It wasn't
on the Lions. I think he owned the Lions. I think he was a game or two above 500 against the Vikings.
So he had a winning percentage against this team that you believe to win the division.
Before a couple years ago, this team was a playoff team. This Vikings team was literally a favorite. They still have the same players, if not better players, guys who are stepping up. They still have the talent there.
But no, I hear what you're saying because they. I remember them losing to the Seahawks just by a field goal in the playoffs. And the next round, they were.
The year before that, I think it was the Saints game where it was like a questionable call.
Appearances being legit, but I feel like that's.
And they lost in questionable calls both times.
Yeah, but I think that's where they had their chance, and their chance is gone now. Like that's it.
I don't believe that to be true. I think
you still have Kirk Cousins there. He's not clutch at all. Just to be 100 with you, I hear you with Dalvin Cook. They do have legit wide receivers. I don't think the defense is elite. You do need an elite defense to win a championship, and they've proven that the last 2-3 years in the NFL. And then it's just regardless. Okay, the NFC North. I can relate to you saying it's up for grabs, but every single team in this division is going to play the Vikings hard.
And the Vikings are going to play every team in this division hard, especially the Green Bay Packers, which they have a good record with. Now, again, I want to say the Bears, but I don't believe in the Bears just yet because I feel like their talent's not there yet. The Lions are still the Lions. They're always going to be the Lions, so there's no way of giving them a chance.
We were just saying the Lions were competitive every game last year.
And they're competitive every game, but they're still the Lions. At the end of the day, they're still the Detroit Lions. They're not going to win the division is what I'm trying to say.
They got just as much of a shot as the Vikings.
No, they do not, John. No, they do. They got significantly better, but they're not division winning better. I think the Vikings take the division for real.
I will if you want me to go outside of my Chicago Bear dumb fandom, whatever it is, I will put the Lions above the Vikings this year. I would definitely put the Lions.
Want to bet? Look, we bet. Hooters bet. Loser takes the loser 6%. Who has the best? Okay, let's put him. What about? Okay, how about this?
Oh, what's Jose say? Oh, you include me.
Of course. If y'all have a bet, I'm included. If Eric has a bet, of course you're invited.
I honestly do believe, talent-wise, running back toe for toe is the Lions are definitely better. The Vikings have a better running back than the Lions, toe for toe, or hands or whatever, head to head. Wide receiver core,
Eric.
It's just
Eric. Don't do it to yourself. Eric, do not do it to yourself.
It's not as great.
I got the list.
Hey, I got it. It's not as great. You got Justin Jefferson. I think you still have what's his name?
Adam Thielen.
That's fine. But honestly, if I were to bet on what team is a little bit better, structurally organized and everything like that, I'd rather go with the guy that actually went to the Super Bowl.
I think it comes down to the quarterback.
It does come down to the quarterback.
That's what it is, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. Kirk Cousins is he is what he is mediocre at his finest.
Look, Kirk Cousins is a solid backup to start in fantasy on your bye week, but in real life, to win a division, he's not that guy.
Actually, Kirk Cousins is better in fantasy football as a quarterback than he is in real life.
He could win a division. He's done it before. He could do it again.
Yes, he's done it before, but he hasn't done it consistently.
I'm saying now with this team, he's not going to win it.
Not with this team.
Yes, look, all right. Here's it.
They're frying you in the comments, please.
It's okay.
I want to keep up, but man, dude, look. You got the $10.
No, wait. You gotta find the sleeper somewhere, okay? The Vikings. It was either the Vikings or the Bears. Now, there's no way in hell getting the Bears to win the division.
Look. The list that you have is fine. The Chargers is probably the best odds of you probably win it alongside with the Colts. Everything else is fine. I agree with you on the Eagles, but the Vikings will probably might get you that $9,000.
And when they win,
I would give the Eagles. I like that Eagles pick a lot more. I think somebody on here, I forgot who it was. I don't know if it was CP or Deontay or or David, which, by the way, thank you guys for commenting on here. We will get to your comments a little sooner, but, we're listening to this guy. And for the people that are watching us on my Instagram live, it's one of those where it's just like, just keep those $10 to your back pocket. Those $10 could be good at, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, the 4 for $4, whatever it is.
Look, when this hits, none of you are getting a dime. Nobody in the comments is getting a dime either. Y'all want to doubt me? I bet. I'm Tony Football.
You're not.
I'm Tony Football.
You know you're not.
If this hits, can I at least have the 62 cents you went off the bet?
I'll give you that, John. You can take the 62 cents.
It's a stretch.
Tony Football.
Tony
Football is as much of a stretch as the Vikings winning the division.
I swear, and I thought you guys called me crazy when I said the Bears were going to have a better record. This guy went on a limb and a half.
The Vikings are not as bad as the Bears are. There's not that far of a stretch. They're not. It's not that far of a stretch.
Look,
the quarterback is bad, bro.
It all comes down to the quarterback in the NFL. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Quarterback
yes or no?
And then defense.
Yes or no?
You said what?
In the NFL, it all comes down to the quarterback. Yes or no?
Sometimes, yes.
No.
Defense wins championship.
Okay, quarterback and defense.
Okay, yeah. The defense wins championship.
And the Vikings don't have neither.
Right. The year the Bucks won the Super Bowl, but the defense took over Patrick Mahomes. So in that case, the quarterback really doesn't. You know what I mean? Like, but you know what I'm saying,
dude. Just.
The Bucks defense took over Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm
saying? I get that, right? It was the Bucks defense, but also Tom Brady did post it up, like 24 some odd points, touchdowns, or something like that.
Tom Brady. I guess, but
all quarterback in everything.
Kirk Cousins could do the same thing. I'm that team.
So is Kirk going to do that?
Yes, I'm that team.
Is Kirk going to go?
Put him on the Bucks, and he can do it. I can't believe I'm finding myself defending Kirk Cousins right now.
I mean, what was that one? What was that one comment from who was it? From CP talking about like, you really have to go on a limb to believe that you're gonna win this bet, bro. I am looking for that comment right
$10 to win. I placed it on Saturday, and I can't wait to rub it in your guys' faces. I'm gonna be $10,000.
Hey, he said before you placed this bet, you had the Vikings going 8-9, winning 8-9 game. That $9,000 just changed your mind, huh?
Damn.
This is who we call.
He's right. He's right about that one. My boy, the GOAT, Carlitos, in the comments. The Packers are going to take the division. No, Carlitos, no. It's time for a change. And the Vikings are going to take up. Until the Bears are ready, the Vikings are going to be crowned the new NFC North champs.
My money will be a little bit more on the Lions. I'll take that Hooters bet. I'm confident in that Hooters bet. Hooters bet.
Either or, does it make the same thing? I'm a vegetarian right now, so I need the cauliflower. I've been a vegetarian for the last week and a half. So,
all right. So it's the lack of meat that's making this. He's in. I'll do either or. Either or is fine. I'll take either or because I'm not picky. All right, cool. Lions will have a better
I'll probably eat meat just for this occasion, just to feast on my $10,000.
Hola.
Okay.
Hola, amigo. Yeah, no. Absolutely not.
I can't even agree with you on the Eagles. Just looking at these.
Oh, come on. Ooh, you know what?
I can't. I don't trust Jalen Hurts.
The Eagles is a very interesting dynamic, and I think we got into it a couple weeks ago when we did the schedule for them. It's either who do you trust more, the Eagles or the Cowboys?
Or Carson Wentz?
The Eagles or the Cowboys?
They still got Ron Rivera.
They still got Ron Rivera, yes.
Washington has the best coach in the division.
Well, I agree with you on that one right there. But can that team? Does that team have enough to at least make it interesting?
The Eagles made the playoffs last season. They significantly
look at the record in everybody.
The Eagles significantly got better this season.
Right.
Like the fact that they made the playoffs, they had 3 first-round picks. Still got AJ Brown from the Titans. I think Jalen Hurts takes that next step. I believe he does. He's not a bad quarterback. He just inexperienced, not much around him. Didn't really have much of a running game. But I think this year, he's going to take that step forward. The Eagles are going to be a surprising team. Now, the Cowboys are the Cowboys. We know the Cowboys. They're going to be good the whole regular season. Then once playoff time comes, they choke, right? It's legit. It always happens, right? The Eagles, I think, takes the next step, wins the division. Whatever happens in the playoffs after that, it's on them. But I think they at least take the NFC East.
I can see them winning the playoffs. Or I'm sorry, getting a wild card spot in the playoffs. I think the division is going to either go to the Cowgirls or to the Washington football team.
The Commanders.
I'm not. You know what? The Commanders are a sleeper team, but I'm not so high on them yet. Not yet.
If Carson Wentz can be healthy, then they got a chance.
Running game is decent. Defensively, secondary is what scares me about this team. The front line is good. The front seven from the Washington Commanders are pretty good. Secondary, you could just throw anything on them, and basically the wide receivers are all wide open. And I just don't trust the Cowboys. I don't know why. The only reason why the Cowboys always get a pass is because that division was so weak. That division was always weak. Last year, when there was actually kind of tough, although the Cowboys, we say whatever it is about the Cowboys, injuries and whatnot had happened to them, you could tell that they weren't really much in sync. And I just thought that the Eagles got by last year, but the Eagles got better this year, including A.J. Brown, with a healthy offensive line, and the running game has to stay healthy in there for him. I'd rather put my money more on the Eagles than the Cowboys.
I think the running game is the worst part of the Eagles.
Yeah. Miles Sanders
is the bust.
Too late. No? I mean, too early, no? Too early, no?
He's a bum.
All right, we'll see. We'll see. The Jca Sports Podcast here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and also on my Instagram. I am live on my Instagram, ES13, where I got my boy John Jose. You'll hear him in the background. Put comments on here, guys. If you guys want to join our fantasy football league, always leave your name on the comments, either during our live shows or on any of our posts from our Facebook page, the John Konavi Facebook page. Name, first and last name on there. You automatically are in our pool for the JCA Fantasy Football League. Closing starts August 8th, right?
Oh, no. So August 8th is when we choose the leagues. August 7th is the last day you guys could join. So make sure to please give us your names before August 7th. Real quickly before we move on. CP, you and I are always lockstep with everything. I guess everything sports in general. We always have the same takes, CP.
You know he's my friend, right?
That's
fine.
Yours. That's fine. But him and I always agree until this episode. I get it. You don't believe in the Vikings. That's fine. But for you to say that the Washington Commanders, you'll take the Giants before them, that's cap, bro. That's probably the worst take I've ever seen you put in the comments. Okay, I'm sorry, CP. I had to come for you, my boy. Still, but come on, man. There's no way you put the Giants before the Washington Commanders. Never.
I sense a little jealousy when you say that's my friend.
That's my friend. That's my CP.
That's
you can't have
CP.
him. It's my CP.
What did Jordan say on Jordan Buck said?
He said the Cowgirls gonna be the Cowgirls. No, his actual words were always expect the Cowboys to shit the bucket when it counts.
Nice. Which is true.
I mean, CP's points are pretty valid though, Jose.
I don't know. About the Commanders?
No, about the Giants have great weapons and they had a good draft.
That's the rumor heading around, right? That they had a great draft in the free agency market that they hit pretty decent.
I mean, how much better are the Giants if Saquon doesn't get hurt?
If Saquon doesn't get hurt, it's a pretty solid offense, but they're still bottom of the barrel team, 100%. I don't believe in the conference. Period.
To be honest with you, though, I would say Kirk Cousins is just as bad as Daniel Jones.
No, he is not. That's a stretch.
Now
you're just trying to be dumb just to be dumb, John. That's not how it works here.
No, listen. Well, the only guy worse than them is probably.
You gonna make Paulina come in this door and just slam his body slam? There's no way in hell Daniel Jones is as good. I'm sorry, or there's no way in hell Kirk Cousins is as bad as Daniel Jones. Yes, thank you.
Is and right after him, right after those two is Derek Carr. Oh my God. Derek Carr is trash. I don't know why you guys are hiding Raiders. Derek Carr is trash.
Speaking of the baby, Paulina, I was about to say.
So this is what happens when we finally get around each other and everybody just starts coming out of their, out of left field throughout the whole entire time. Everybody on my Instagram Live, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Thank you guys for joining us here on the Jca Sports Podcast. Man, whoa, Derek Carr is not trash. I agree with that one.
I agree with that one.
You know what? Last year he did a lot with less, with just two players in Waller and Renfro, and now that he has his buddy from college and Devontae Adams, I honestly do feel like he will take that next step. How good? That's to be seen, because it was that one team that struck lightning, that played competitive after they fired John Gruden. So maybe just maybe. Yeah. News today in Chicago.
I was just gonna say real quick, Eric, it's nice to finally hear your voice and not E-Pain's voice. First and foremost, and second, goddamn, that's a beautiful stadium right there.
Yeah, so Lori Lightfoot came out today in a press conference talking about how they want to renovate Soldier Field and that little plaza that they have right there, right, with the museums, McCormick Place, and all that. And that's what they came out with. What you guys see on our Facebook Live, if you're not on my Instagram Live, right here on Facebook, guys. Lori Lightfoot came out with a $900 million to $2.2 billion renovation of not just only Soldier Field, but the plaza around. Right. She said that this was the plan going on, that it's going to be a retractable roof, that they want to do everything else around the plaza, whatever they can. As you can see, I think it was like Disney Park or something like that, movies at the park, yada, 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 so on and so forth. But the real question is, or the thing was the retractable roof, and also renovating Soldier Field and also the plaza around. Oh, no, let's go with John. John, so the last time we did this, when this first came out, you weren't on the show with us. So give us your take on how you feel about now all of this coming into fruition.
Honestly, I think, as Josh says in the comments, that is a beautiful, beautiful stadium. I do think it's nothing but just feeding us gas and high hopes. That's not going to happen. I'm all for it. We need the retractable roof. Yes, give us that. But all this other, bullshit of mini Disneyland. Man, it's just I get what she's trying to do. Uncle Lightfoot, appreciate it, but it's not gonna happen. That's all the money you're spending.
Right. You're right.
No.
$900 million to $2.2 billion. Now look, the seats will be upgraded. Right, they're gonna expand the seats. Right, from 61,500 to 70,000.
Bro, listen, I'm fine for an upgrade, but this right here, this looks like fucking Avengers Campus right here. We're not gonna get this.
If they could pull this off, I said it on this podcast, and I'm not flipping. I'm not retracting my statement. I'd rather the Bears go to Arlington Heights, because I think the stadium could be so much better than this stadium, right? But this is a beautiful stadium. This is a very beautiful stadium. I wouldn't mind the Bears staying here for this stadium, or I wouldn't mind us getting a second NFL team here in Chicago with this stadium. One or the other, this should happen regardless. This should happen. I think this is legit. Let me play on. There's more pictures, guys. This is just the outside of it, but then this is the inside. I'm sorry, but it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. It's legit nice. What, Eric? What?
Are you sure?
Before you
done? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Listen, I'm all for an upgraded Soldier Field so the Bears can stay here. You guys know I'm against Arlington Heights move. But this is not happening. It's the inside looks more doable than the outside. The outside, I'm telling you, the outside is just, it don't even look like Soldier Field no more on the outside. But no, listen, I do, like I said, I want the retractable roof. I think personally, I think every NFL stadium should have that. Even every baseball stadium should have a retractable roof. Just better in my opinion. But yeah, Jose's talking about I'd rather go to Arlington Heights. I'm definitely not down with that. This is way out of Chicago's budget.
Finally, someone has some sense. Yeah, guys. So I was reading a lot, especially after Lori Lightfoot. So do you guys still know that they're still paying on the renovation that they did on the stadium from, what was this, 2004? So somehow, some way, to this day, this very moment, on what's today's date, July 26th, or 25th at 8:35 p.m. that they're still paying off the taxes and everything that they're paying from renewing the stadium the first time. The very first time in 04, whatever it was, 03 or whatever it is, right? I said it again. I said it before, and I'll say it again. This is a dumb idea. This is stupid. I don't know why she'll do this in the first place. Why does it have to take for the Bears to actually leave Soldier Field to do all this, and why couldn't you do this in the first place? That's my first question. My second question is what Jose alluded on, bringing an NFL team. Why would you bring another NFL team here to Chicago?
Why wouldn't you bring another NFL
Here's
team to Chicago?
why wouldn't you? How long have the Bears been in existence?
Who gives a damn?
It counts.
It doesn't, bro. Who really cares? Who really cares? Honestly, who really cares?
You honestly think that the new
We're the Charter franchise. We've been here since 1920.
It's 1920 of being here in Chicago. Do you honestly believe that we're gonna get a new football fan base for another team in Chicago simply so they can do this part right here, this stadium, this amazing?
I for one would love another team in Chicago.
For what?
What do you mean for what? Another team in Chicago, it would be amazing for this city.
What?
There's two baseball teams. We don't need two baseball teams. I'm sorry, White Sox suck. But we could use two football teams here in Chicago. 100%.
Absolutely not.
No,
Chicago is a football team.
Chicago is a football city.
If they move to Arlington Heights, it is 100% going to happen. Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Look, Chicago, as much as the third biggest market in the country, we act like a third world country when it comes to paying for anything in Chicago. We don't do. Why does it have to take for Lori Lightfoot, for the Bears to leave Chicago, for her to do everything else around that stadium? Why can't we do it now? Or why didn't we do it before? Even before Lori Lightfoot, even when it was around.
I agree. It should have happened. It should have happened a very long time ago.
Another football team here in Chicago does not belong here because it's too late.
All I am saying is that if the Bears leave and go to Arlington Heights like they're planning, and I want them to. I don't want nobody to get it twisted. I want them to go to Arlington Heights. But if they leave, Chicago, Mayor Lightfoot, I mean, she might not even be mayor by that time, but Chicago, the city of Chicago in general.
Oh, she's not.
I'm right, same. The city guys in general still have an opportunity to do something right and renovate. How do you fuck you say this? Renovate,
homie.
Renovate. Cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
They still have a chance to renovate this damn stadium and do right by us because that stadium is trash. 100%. 100%.
Just one question. So, going off what you just said, you want Chicago to ship off their team to Arlington just so they can spend money to create a new team here.
No.
That's basically what you're saying.
What I'm saying is that eventually the Bears are going to leave. Right now, the reason why the Bears can't listen to anything that the city of Chicago is pitching to them is because they're under contract that because they're in talks and negotiating with the land of Arlington Heights, they gotta be 100% okay with that. You know, they gotta be committed to it. I mean, 100%. So they can't even talk negotiations really with the city of Chicago. That being said, I think it's a done deal. I think they're leaving. If they leave, they leave. So what? Like, if a girl leaves you, she's gone, right? Like, then you got to move on. If you're the city of Chicago, you move on. You get another football team in here. I'm pretty sure because the Bears have sucked. The Bears, look, the Bears have sucked.
Never football, my guy.
You treat football teams like you treat your women. What are you talking about?
Be loyal and faithful.
Yeah, absolutely. Loyal and faithful. Exactly.
No, when a football team gets a new, shinier quarterback, you hop, ship, and go like that team instead. That's how you treat your girls.
No.
Look at this going on. Wow. Look, it doesn't work, man. Tradition is everything. And in a city like Chicago, where tradition is almost everything, where you have the White Sox, the Black Sox, where cheating wise back in the early 1900s to the Cubs in the 1900s, and everything in between with the Bears and the Bulls. Tradition is everything when it comes here to Chicago. For another football team to be here, bro, it's gonna take a while because already now the football fans, if you're not a Bears fan, you're a Vikings fan or a Packers fan, or somehow, somewhere, there's people out there who are Lions fans in Chicago. I've seen them. I work downtown. It's happened. It's possible. But
actually, I find it crazy that we have more Vikings and Lions fans here in Chicago than we do Colts fans because Indiana's just
right there
next door.
Exactly. But it's just it doesn't make any sense to do either or what you just said, or bringing another football team and rebuilding the stadium.
I'm just saying, if the Bears leave, stick it to them. I get another football team in Chicago. That will hurt them. Look, it's like if you don't, it would not hurt the Bears because you're going to lose fans. If another team comes to Chicago, you're going to end up losing fans eventually to some of them. You're going to.
I don't think that the Bears will lose fans simply because this team has been breaking people's hearts for so long, yet we still come back like if there's no tomorrow, man. That's what it is. And the only way that happens, that team has to do a Chicago Fire. You know what Chicago Fire did? Nobody knows what a Chicago Fire did? No? The first year of existence, they won the MLS Cup. The first year of existence of this new football team that you claim that the Chicago Fire the Chicago Bears or this new Chicago team needs to do is win a Super Bowl their first year as an expansion team. Yeah. Is it going to happen? No. Why? Because the NFL is hard. It's hard. It's easy to build a team from here and there, from getting scratched from everybody else, drafting the right players, and you getting the right players. So you expect that to happen right away off the ship? No, dude. This is not going to happen. Chicago is behind everything on what they need to do in recreating a new stadium for them. Losing the Chicago Bears, even upgrading the city of Chicago, bro. So they're behind everything.
Comments on TikTok agree with me. My boy Prada, what it do, baby? Says Chicago is a big city. LA has 2 teams. Why can't they?
Because Chicago don't spend money like LA does.
No, they do not.
No, McCaskies don't spend money like that. McCaskies don't spend money. We can get another owner here to spend money like they do.
As much as we love Chicago, we're not as attractive as Los Angeles. Not even close.
We can be, though. We can be. We're the 3rd largest market in the NFL and in the country.
I get that, right?
New York, which is the 2nd largest market, has 2 teams.
Okay, but going back from the Giants and the Jets, they've been doing this since the 60s, right? Los Angeles just barely started doing this. Los Angeles had football teams before they even came back. They left and came back. So there was already fans.
I get it, but still, come on.
Chicago never had a second football team, so it doesn't make any sense. The way you got to promote it, the way that you got to structure this team, the way you got to put this building full of seats, you really want to get 70. You honestly think there'll be 70,000 people the way that this stadium was supposed to be built? You honestly think 70,000 Chicagoans or different Chicagoans will jump ship from the Bears to this new team?
No, not all of them. A lot of people are tired of the Chicago Bears.
What's the point of making this stadium then if you're not going to fill in these seats week in and week?
You can do it. You can do it.
You said we're tired of the Bears. We're tired of the Bears losing. I don't even want to jump shit and get a new team.
How many losing seasons have you seen, John?
You're still loyal to your team. Okay, Jose, respectfully, the Cubs are bad right now. Are you going to jump ship?
No, of course.
Okay, if they ship out the Cubs and put a new team at Wrigley, are you going to like that team?
No, of course not.
The same shit applies to the Bears.
We have a lot of bandwagons in Chicago. We know this.
Including you.
No, not including me. I'm 100% real. Look,
you talking about you want to play for the
Carlitos, also from Chicago, says you can have 2 NFL teams here.
That's how you jump ship off the Bears.
Yes, you would. Yes,
That's
you
what you
would.
sounded
I've
like.
been a Bears fan my whole life.
Look,
I've been a Bears fan my whole life. I can't just jump ship.
outside of the Chicago Bears, Chicago is also a basketball town. Do you see Chicago having 2 basketball teams?
They better never get another basketball team here.
No, I can't see
Okay,
it.
we
But that's because the Bulls are actually a historic team other than the Bears. That's not. All the Bears are not as historic as the Bulls. They're historic for losing. I'm telling them, John, they're not. They're not. They're not.
If you're putting it in order, the Blackhawks fit above the Bears historic-wise.
Thank you.
But that don't mean I want a new team here in Soldier Field. I don't want to ship out my girl and get a new girl here.
You're not shipping out the Bears. They're leaving you, bro. They're leaving you. You're Chicago.
As a fan living in Chicago, you're gonna root for the Arlington.
No,
Bears.
you can root for whoever the fuck you want to root for.
You're not. You'll still be the Chicago Bears. You don't.
Okay, the Chicago Bears in Arlington. If they go to Arlington, you're gonna still ride with them and support them. And if a new team comes into Soldier Field,
I'm still, but I wouldn't blame Chicago for getting another football team. That's all I'm trying to say. If a girl leaves you, you're gonna get a new girl to get her jealous. Chicago's gonna get a new football team, and they're going to take some fans away from the Bears, whether you want to believe it or not.
I think you're gonna be one of
They're-
them.
Yes, you are. You're gonna be one of them.
I
Yo,
don't
just-
know. They's gonna be wearing a Bears hat backwards with whatever new Chicago jersey every week.
The Chicago Cougars. Wasn't that a team in Madden? Didn't they create a Chicago Cougars?
Yeah,
team in Madden?
Chicago Cougars is a good team.
It's an Arlington Bears fitted.
Chicago Bears.
No,
Quit
no,
saying
no.
Arlington, bro.
Arlington Bears
My boy-
fitted.
You
So what-
saying Jesse Bryant?
Listen, Arlington Bears fitted
Ah.
and Avengerland football team.
Woo.
Jersey.
All right, come on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next topic.
Flying right through us.
Bro,
Look at this.
why can't they do this now? Like, I don't
Look
understand.
how beautiful that looks, guys.
Okay, but here's
What about-
another
Okay, but
thing.
do that with our Bears. Do that with Justin Fields leading the city, king of Chicago. All that.
Here's another thing. Why as you
My bad,
break
my bad.
John's screen on
My
his
bad.
phone?
I didn't know he had his tablet there.
Here's another thing.
You could-
Where are you gonna park 70,000 people if we struggle to park 61,000?
That's what you gotta look. That's
Oh, we all got a petition for a vote and parking. That's what we gotta do.
hey, whatever fucking works, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
Nothing. This does not work. What you rather do? What you rather knock down?
Who would you rather
Spencer,
have?
my boy, what
McCormick
to do?
Place, Field Museum, Planetarium, or the Shed Aquarium? What place would you turn? You would turn down for parking?
All of them.
All of them, all the above.
my god!
What do you need, Eric?
They're all boring.
Right, the McCormick place is only good for the auto show. Other than that, what else do you need it for?
And what is it? That
Comic-Con?
Comic-Con?
You could do Comic-Con somewhere else. I'm pretty sure there's other places in Chicago you can find it. You can find somewhere. You can find room.
You could probably do Comic-Con in Soldier Field.
Right, when you do that, might as well. Dome and air,
But
dome
you
and
can't
all.
do it. You know why?
Why?
Because they're historical landmarks, so you can't turn them down. So you have to.
And that's why when you're the Chicago Bears, you leave Chicago, you go to Arlington Heights. Another thing about this that sucks for the Bears is that if they do this, they're not going to get all the revenue surrounding Soldier Field.
And that's the problem, right there.
That's the issue.
That's the issue. Plus, are you willing to stay in the parking lot for the amount of a football game? Because that's how long it takes for you to get out of Soldier Field at any event.
I'm all for them leaving. So don't look at me and yell at me.
I'm just trying
want this shit to
apparently
happen.
You're the only one that's hyping shit on this
I'm
right here.
saying that if the Bears leave, then the Chicago should bring another team in. Why not? It's more football here in Chicago. I'll go watch.
That's why you're the bandwagon of the group, bro.
So you're telling me, wait. So you're telling me if the Bears go to Arlington Heights, right, and then they're away playing whoever, but then they have the Chicago name it team. I don't give a fuck, right? The new football team comes here in Chicago, and then the team like the Bucks with Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes could be. Come on, you get what I'm saying. Right? You get what I'm saying. Stars come here from other teams. You're not gonna want to go watch a football game there. Come on.
Okay, but the way
bro,
you just said it, it
bro.
seemed like we're gonna go watch Patrick Mahomes play, not our new Chicago team.
If you're here, okay, that's fine. That's fine.
No, it's
That's
not.
fine.
No, what's the point?
You're not going for the new
Fans for the other team. There's going to be fans for the other team. But if you're a Patrick Mahomes fan and they still come to Chicago, why wouldn't you want to come watch some
You can
football?
see Patrick Mahomes play the Bears here,
When they play here.
right?
When they play here. I'm gonna put it like this. In the layman's
Bro,
terms.
it's like saying-
I don't even go to US Senator Field to watch the other Chicago team here. What makes you think I'm gonna go back to?
Because you're a Cubs fan, Eric. You're not going to want to go see the White Sox.
Exactly, Mundo. I will not go to this new Chicago Stadium for the new football
But
team.
how fun is it? How fun is it? Maybe us as adults, like our generation, we won't be with this new Chicago team fan. But our kids growing up, they're going
They better not.
they're going. Regardless of what you say, they're going to choose because they have the right to choose. If y'all want my son Adrian to make his own choice and being whatever fan between the Cubs and Sox, then your kids can do the exact same thing.
We're not doing this.
Your kids can do the exact same thing.
Nathan only has to choose both because his dad has apparel for both teams.
Shut your bitch
If
ass
not,
up.
then just like Adam and Oli, they're strictly Cubs fans. You know, just like my kids are strictly Sox and Bears fans. I don't care if a new team comes here and the Bears get shipped out. That don't mean my kids get to jump ship.
Look, I'll one up you on this one. All
When
right?
they get older, they get to choose. They make that choice regardless, whether you like it or not.
No.
Yes, they do.
Here's the reason why. Look, my baby mama who hardly gets
What up?
any type of notice in this podcast or in general, right? She's a Packers fan and a White Sox fan. Guess what Sophie is? A Bears and a Cubs fan. So I won this round.
For now, Eric.
No,
Until she gets a boyfriend who likes the Packers, and you
No,
never know.
Listen, no.
No.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that point up. I'm glad you brought
did.
that point up because I have experience where I've dated girls and they like the Cubs. They're willing to come to Sox games with me, get Sox jerseys, But realistically, no. But if their dad asks them, what are you a fan of? They say Cubs. When with the family, with the dad around, they stay true to their dad's team.
But when they with their real daddy.
The Jca Sports Podcast here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. We like to thank everybody who's on the Big Creation comment section right now. From Corey to Jordan to Josh to Deontay. What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for commenting and watching this bullsnap. We're giving you guys right now.
The way we go. And we still got to preview the AFC East.
The AFC East. We got a lot to go on, guys. Thank you for I'm on Instagram Live for watching. I'm on
TikTok.
This was a 13. Make sure you guys follow the JCA or the John Conavi Facebook page. Here on our social media platforms, anything JCA Sports on all our social media platforms, and also on our yeah, this has been a fun. I mean, look, we're here together for the first time since the 100th episode. It is fun. We're having a blast here. I hate you guys so much, but yet I miss you guys personally and dearly doing this together. All this, to be honest. We are going to run this by quickly because we still have 2 other segments to go here. The AFC East, which to me will probably be tossed up between 2.5 teams, if I'm not correct. We'll get to it right now. And then we're also live on Jose's TikTok. Wow, all these comments. What's up? Chicago doesn't deserve a second football team, just to let you guys know right now. Follow us on the John Conavi Facebook page and anything JCA Sports on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, all that stuff. All right, guys, let's get this going. Let's break down the AFC East.
Bills win.
Yeah, right. It's between the Bills, Patriots, and right now the one surprising team so far this year has been the Miami Dolphins with the moves that they made, acquiring Tyreek Hill and everything else. But let's start off with the New York Jets. All right, cool. We're starting off with the New York Jets.
Goddamn Jets.
Who a lot of people are hopping on their wagon right now at their moment simply because they've made a significant improvement on their team roster-wise on both offense and defensively.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the significant improvement their quarterback made on his roster.
Yes! That too!
Yeah.
That too!
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah! Zach Wilson, not only he'll face the Patriots, the Bills, and the Dolphins twice, but also he'll have Cougars in their lineup too as well. We're going to get started off. All right, week 1, it looks like they got the Baltimore Ravens. I think this one's at home.
Yeah, Green is home.
Yeah, Green is home.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, guys, so looking at this schedule, right, they all face our beloved later on in the season. How many wins do you guys give the Jets? Over under 6.5.
6.5. At the end of the day, they're still the Jets. I think their quarterback still has to develop. I think the whole team has to develop. I don't see this year they catch any magic at all.
He's just thumbs up and over there. All right, ready. All right, there.
No, I think the Jets are going to be the Jets. They're going to be the worst team here. But the division, I think there's a big gap between the Jets and the rest of the other teams. I know Eric's not high on Miami, but I think Miami's going to put up a bigger fight against the Bills than the Patriots are. But I'm definitely taking under 6 wins for the Jets.
Under 6 wins. I agree with that. I think they have a better team this year than they did before. Under 6. Yeah, definitely. This is a tough season for them.
Yeah, remember they get the Patriots twice, they get the Bills twice, and Dolphins twice, right?
Okay, I can only see them beating the Seahawks. To be honest with you,
you can see aside from our Bears, they have Jose's NFC North division winners, Vikings.
Hey, $10 is gonna win me $9,000 with the Vikings winning the NFC.
I can use those $10.
Make that bet on TikTok, guys. Go to FanDuel, make the bet. Vikings winning NFC North. $10 will win you $9,000. I made that bet quick.
Let them know they got to parlay it.
Yeah, parlay it. Yeah, they got to parlay Vikings. You know, right? If you want to save $10, don't do it. Yeah, you know what? I don't see more than 6 games.
Come on, brother.
The Browns will probably be a toss-up depending on what situation with Deshaun Watson, which we might lean over to another win or loss. The Steelers, same thing, depending on their situation, can lean over to a win or loss. After that, it gets tough because then you got the Dolphins in there along with the Vikings, along with the Broncos, along with the Patriots, along with the Bills before their bye week. Oh, and after that, they still get the Patriots one more time down the road. I did say that. I said Dolphins, Packers, Broncos. Yeah, I did say that. And it just gets tougher when they play against our beloved Chicago Bears. And then apparently Jose's on NFC Division North winner here. It's tough all around up until the last games of the season where they get the Lions, where they get the Jags, the Seahawks, and the Dolphins once again. Well, you could possibly see
a 3-game win streak.
A 3-game win streak in between. Yeah. Somewhere if they're in between that. Maybe just a 2-game win streak. It just all depends on that situation. I don't see them being the Dolphins. I don't see them being they might surprise the Patriots in one game at home.
One
upset in between the division, but I see them getting swept by the Dolphins and also by the Bills.
Absolutely.
I gotta agree. I had to stop the TikTok live because my phone literally at 1%. So but we're still live on Instagram.
Yeah, we're still live on Instagram Live. Yes, Avila 13 on Instagram Live if you guys want to follow me there. All right. So we got only in the background. So 6.5 wins. Everybody, what do you guys think on the comments? The line for us is over or under 6.5 wins. Comandante, what's next we got on the list? Oh, I can do it too from here, don't I?
Yeah, you can.
All right, let me see what we got. So that's the Jets for us. Up next, we have the New England Patriots, which this is a team that's very complicated. And not complicated because of schedule-wise, but complicated because we kind of know, but we also don't know what they have as a team. Or, we know they have Bill Belichick. We know they have Mac Jones. We know they always have a bend-don't-break defense, but we don't know what kind of offense they'll run out. Guys, here's my over and under for you guys and for everybody else that is not getting attacked by our poster board here. Over or under the totals for the Patriots at 8.5.
That's crazy. I got my 8 wins.
That's pretty wild.
I got 8 wins. So taking the under. I think I don't want to say the Patriots get exposed because they still have Bill Belichick, but I think they just lost too many pieces in having I don't know. I guess if I'm looking at the Patriots, this is the weakest team they've had in the last probably 20 years.
30?
30 years.
Before Bill?
Right. I think, I don't believe in Mac Jones that much. The defense, I don't think is the same. Bend, don't break. Bill Belichick's still going to do his thing. He's a genius, but I don't think he has the right team to execute his plans.
Jose, 8.5 wins, over or under for your New England Patriots? 8.5. It's really taking you that long.
8 wins. I think they're 8 little under. I'm going 8 wins.
So they'll probably start off on a 2-game winning streak, being the Dolphins and the Steelers, even though they're both on the road. And that first home game is against the Baltimore Ravens, week 3. Then they go to Green Bay. Then they come home to the Lions, where they go back on the road, depending on what situation, against the Cleveland Browns. And then they come here to Chicago against the Bears. Right? Given the different.
That's a win.
And then they go on this 2-game losing streak against I don't know. Yeah, I think I had the Bears losing to the Patriots anyways. Then they go on this 2-game winning streak before they hit the Colts before their bye. And then after that, it just doesn't get any easier. Outside the bye, they got the Giants, the Jets, and the Vikings back to back. Then they got the Bills, the Cardinals, the Raiders, the Bengals, and they finish out the season against the Dolphins and the Bills. After that bye week is just
the bye week they might have 2 wins right there, and then they just lose
way out. I could kind of squeak that win because they're at home against Miami. I could kind of see them squeaking out a win there. Other than that, yeah, it's kind of difficult. It's hard. I see this team probably with 6 or 7 wins at the most. And for the New England Patriots, that's just a downgrade and a half, and possibly even drafting in the top 10 for next year's draft. All right, cool. So we got going on. That's our take on the New England Patriots that we got going on here. Next, the team that everybody's riding on, which is kind of sickening, but I'm going to say this anyway. The Miami Dolphins have improved a lot offensively, not only on the line, the run game, wide receivers, and on defense. They've improved everywhere on the stat sheet outside of the quarterback. Now the hype is going on simply because of Tyreek Hill. Right, I think that's the biggest one, and everybody else just going on that and zoning in on that one. But my over and under on the Miami Dolphins is 7 games. over and under on 7 for the Miami Dolphins.
I'm going to go over 7. I wouldn't say a lot over. I'm going to say over, probably 9 wins. I think the Dolphins can probably squeak a wild card spot.
Nice. Jose, 7.5, over and under. All right, I'm still trying to struggle, right? Simply because I'm giving the Vikings a win because you want them for your NFC North division. So automatically the Dolphins get a loss from Jose standards on my book. But now, I think they're going to beat the Vikings. Their schedule starts off kind of tough. First 4 games right off the bat: the Patriots, the Ravens, the Bills, and the Bengals. Then they got 4 easy ones between the Jets, the Vikings, the Steelers, and the Lions. Gets a little complicated with the Bears and the Dolphins before their bye. And it gets easier for them with the Texans and probably even the San Francisco 49ers, depending on who their quarterback. Then it gets difficult where you get the Chargers, the Bills, the Packers, and the Patriots, and you end the season with the Jets. It's the 4 out of the 5 games are going to be difficult in the last games of the season. I kind of don't see them. I mean, from the Texans, I could see them going 3-4 after the bye. I kind of don't see them doing that stretch between the Chargers, Bills, Packers, and
I think they beat the Texans, they beat the 49ers, lost against the Chargers, lost against the Bills, Packers, and then they'll beat the Patriots and Jets to finish off this season.
All right. Moving on. Doing it? Am I doing it? Or who's doing it? Go ahead. Who's the producer? All right, right here. Cool. Let me just close this right here. Thank you, Senor. So now, last but not least, no, we still got 2 more to go. My bad. No, last but not least. Yeah, last but not least. My bad. Look at me. All right. So the defending AFC East champions here, the Buffalo Bills. It's a team where I think everybody has them as not only the AFC East favorites, but Super Bowl favorites. Over or under 10 wins for the Buffalo Bills.
I'm taking the over 10, and I'm definitely on the wagon for Super Bowl champs.
Oh, nice. Really?
I'll place a $10 bet for them to be Super Bowl champs.
Nice. Well, what would that give you? What are the odds on that? Check that out real quick. Jose, over and under 10 wins for the Buffalo Bills.
I got 13 wins for the Buffalo Bills. 13 wins being the best team in the NFL this year, and I do also have them winning the Super Bowl this year.
Oh, look at that. We got 2 people already on sticking their necks out for the Buffalo Bills. Look, it doesn't get. I can't even really see that well on how the games are even scheduled. How 1 or 2 or 3 or 4.
Eric, I have a question to answer.
Yes, sir.
If you throw $20 on the Buffalo Bills to win the Super Bowl, you get $130.
That's it. $130 off 20.
They're plus 650.
Ooh.
They are the favorites.
They are the favorites.
Then it's the Bucks, Chiefs, and the Rams. I wouldn't mind throwing money on the Rams or repeat.
All right, cool. So I'm trying to get the schedule on a bigger screen for myself here.
Yeah, it's a little small.
So yeah, it's 10. Okay, I see it now. All right, so here is their schedule before their bye week. Their bye week is on week 7. So they got the Rams, the Titans, the Dolphins, the Ravens, the Steelers. The Steelers and the Chiefs. The first 6 games of the season. How many wins you got on that part right there? I can see a win at the Titans. I can see the wins against the Titans, against the Dolphins, and against the Steelers. Just a toss up between the other 3, between the Rams, Ravens, and Chiefs.
I think they actually beat the Chiefs and the Ravens.
Ooh. So you got them losing the first game of the season.
The Rams. Yeah.
Nice.
That's a great first game, by the way.
That is the first game. And it's a Thursday Night Football. Literally the very first game of the season, too. Bye week looks a little light, but they start off pretty against a strong opponent. What looks like to be a strong opponent on paper, week 8 against the Green Bay Packers. Then they got the Jets, the Vikings, the Browns, the Lions, the Patriots, the Jets, and then they got the Dolphins after that before they had that Christmas Eve bout against our beloved Chicago Bears.
So they pretty much got a nice Christmas present.
I don't see them
what would
losing.
Christmas be like if the Bears upset the Bills on Christmas?
That'd be great. I would.
Jose?
I would love that.
Or are you in Arlington right now? What would it be like if the Bears upset the Bills on Christmas Eve?
Christmas will be
Christmas miracle, Scrooge.
Christmas.
Yeah,
will be
Scrooge.
Glorious.
Look,
You know what? That's more likely to happen than Vikings winning the division.
I will give you on that one. To be honest, to be completely fair, look, they only have to worry about is the game after the bye week against the Packers, and the second to last game in the Monday Night Football against the Bengals.
You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because I was about to say I think they murder the Bengals that game.
Really?
I think that's they murder them. That's their statement where like they pencil themselves as like heavy favorites for Super Bowl champs because they're, they just demolished the Bengals.
Yeah, and then the last game of the season is against the New England Patriots for sure. Carlitos on Facebook, Carlitos Way 2208. What's up, Carlitos? I know you're on here. He says over for the Bills. I think I had him at 10.5. Mm-hmm. And then he says that I think the Raiders or Chargers are going to win the Super Bowl this year. So that's his change.
What is up with this Raiders love, man? They suck.
The Raiders are going to have a really good team.
Oh
They're going to make the playoffs.
That's cap.
But
I'm willing to bet they miss the playoffs. I'm willing to bet anybody that the Raiders don't make the playoffs. So whoever wants to smoke, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, I bet you the Raiders don't make the playoffs.
Yes, Instagram Live, ES Avila 13. Here I am live on my Instagram. Been live for the last hour doing the podcast. Probably going to start doing that a lot more, but that has been our AFC. So the Bills, you guys are saying all the way, right? Super Bowl, all the way. Riding around in your G6, all that good stuff, however that quote goes.
Please,
I don't know. I am showing my age. That's for sure, 100%. Ooh, it's gonna. All right, we run this up quick. Jose, can you please charge my laptop? Oh Lord, look at that. I'm already doing this wrong on Instagram, but we have John's top 10. We're gonna run this by really quick. Really quick. John's top 10. I think I already started it, and then I stopped midway through. But John, who do you have at number 10 on your top 10 list?
Number 10, somebody that had heavy the back-to-back weeks is the Mariners. They just got swept this weekend, so that's why they fall all the way to 10. But they still have, I think that's still a wild card too.
Oh, you got it right there. Thank you, sir.
Gracias, señor.
Doing two things at one time. All right, cool. Number 9. Who do you got at number 9?
Number 9, I have my White Sox. I think they're finding their groove. They're not in first. They're not in second, but they're only 4 games out of the division. They've won 7 out of 7. They've been 7-3 in the last 10 games. I think the White Sox are finding their stride. We just we need to upgrade the bullpen, and it'd be really nice to have an arm. But as much shit as I've talked about our starters by default, because they're
pretty much nobody.
Yeah, started. Yeah, AJ Pollock's been earning his contract. Josh Harrison's been pulling his weight. Yuri Garcia somehow doesn't even bat his batting average, but he comes up clutch every once in a while, and you're like, what the fuck? This is why Larissa starts you. But no, I think the White Sox are finally getting it together. Yohan Moncada is getting his shit together. Take notes, people.
Matt, what's up, buddy? Thank God you chimed in at the right time. Who do you got at number 8?
How's it going, Matt? Number 8, I have the Brew Crew. They are on a win streak themselves.
Uh-huh.
And what happened, Jose?
My bad.
Okay.
There it goes.
Yeah. The Brew Crew, man, they're getting hot. Surprisingly, Andrew McCutcheon's been doing his thing over there. And I was really critical of that saying. I just feel like McCutcheon's been on the downcline of his career for some years now, but he's doing his thing out there. The Brewers, their pitching is still coming through. They have a hell of a pitching staff over there that just fucking throws gas, gets all the strikeouts. But they're doing their thing up in Wrigley North. Still, I don't see them as like anywhere near favorites to win a World Series, but you got to give the Brewers their props.
Yeah, Andrew McCutcheon got a game-winning hit last night, or in clutch.
Yeah, he's coming.
They called him McClutcheon this morning.
Nice.
So number 7, I have the Padres.
They dropped from last
week.
They
did drop. But man, I do got to say, just looking at this picture, those city jerseys are really nice from San Diego.
Is it the best one?
No.
These are the best City Connect jerseys.
No. The Chicago White Sox ones.
Look,
the White Sox jerseys are the best City Connect jerseys. You guys are captain. Don't do so.
All the City Connect jerseys have been ugly.
No,
the Southside ones are they're pretty iconic.
Yeah, because you're the bandliner,
bro. Working at a sports store previously, that was the most probably sought out jersey. That was the most sought out jersey ever. Was the White Sox Southside?
I think this Padres one is a little cheesy, but it fits San Diego vibes. It's cool though. I like the hat. I fuck with the jersey more than the hat.
Okay.
But
how about Boston?
Boston, I did really like. I did really like.
Didn't the Astros have one too?
Astros have one.
The
The one
Brewers-
that was disappointing was to me the Dodgers one. I thought it was too simple.
I know the Brewers had one a couple
The
weeks
Brewers
ago.
are nice. The Rockies one was nice too, but they didn't even get much.
Much
love.
smoke. Yeah. But
Miami had a decent one too.
still, the worst one has been the
The
Cubs.
best one's been the Sox. Yeah, the worst
Yeah,
one's
worst
been the
one's
Cubs.
been
The best
the
one's been the Sox, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think they're all ugly.
Manny Machado's doing his thing. He's carrying that team. And I think he's proving that despite all the hype for Fernando Tatis, I think Manny's a true leader of this team. He's showing this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, absolutely.
We got numero 6.
Number 6, I have the Toronto Blue Jays. They are on fire. These guys have won 6 straight games. They have on paper they've always had a good ass team, and it's finally showing. But I mean, of course, they're in the hardest division in baseball. I think that has a lot to do with it. But just the fact that winning 6 games is hard.
Yeah.
The Mariners tears, what they just did was like phenomenal. But winning 6 games is not easy at all. And the Brewers are the Blue Jays are coming together. I do expect them to make a trade at the deadline for another arm in their rotation.
Outside of the American League East and the NL West, they would have been leading every division.
Yeah.
In baseball, the Toronto Blue Jays, if they weren't in where they're at right now. Any honorable mentions before we get to your top 5?
Honorable mentions would be the Cardinals. I wanted to lean towards the Red Sox, but those guys have just tanked bad.
Nasty.
They've tanked really bad. The Cardinals are right there behind the Brewers. I think the division's up for grabs between those two. That's my honorable mention.
Number 5, John. Who do you got at number 5?
Number 5, I have the defending World Series champs, the Braves. They're still hanging in there. I do think, man, they need another true ace over there. Like every team going into the playoffs. I mean, despite them, because they're like what the Bucks were when they won their ring. But every team like makes a move for like a big time ace to just give them an extra push in the playoffs, and I think that's what the Braves are missing out on because their offense is phenomenal.
The rumors had it today that they're going to get the dude from the one that's from the Reds. He's been the hottest name so far on the trade market so far.
Luis Castillo.
Yeah,
he should have been traded years ago.
Yeah,
honestly.
he that's one of the favorites to actually land.
He's definitely gone. He's
definitely gone. All right, number 4.
Number 4, we have the Mets. Man, the Mets are doing their thing. You can't say they're not. What's that? Oh,
you go. Number 4.
Mets. Yeah, the Mets. Listen, they're right there with the Braves. I do feel like the Braves don't make. I'm sorry, the Mets don't make no trades. I think they're gonna ride this out. They got Mad Max back. Pete Alonso's raking. Lindor's been having great success over there. I think they're gonna stay in the race. They'll make the playoffs, but they're not going to go to the World Series. Unfortunately, I think that's either I can see the Braves going back, or it's gonna be the Dodgers, my other team.
Yeah. Number 3.
Number 3 is the annoying, but you can't deny how good they are. The Houston Astros. They just swept the Mariners, showing them, hey, this is our division. We're the top dogs over here, rightfully so.
Yep.
I don't. That's another team I don't see making no trades. Like literally, like it's like they have almost a whole new rotation this year, and everybody's just dogging, man. I think you gotta give props to Verlander. He's been in the game for a long time. He's still like aging like fine wine. I think he has a heavy influence on that rotation.
All right, does the top 2 change? Who's your number 2?
Top 2 the same.
Top 2 the same. So we're going with the Dodgers.
Going with the Dodgers at number 2. I think they just don't have. I mean, they have enough on paper, but they haven't put out performance enough to dethrone the Yankees at number 1.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard.
I'm 10 in every category, guys. First in ERA, second in runs, third in batting average, third in slugging, sixth in home runs. Like, holy crap! This
you're
team
going to get that from the Dodgers year in, year out.
Well, I mean, look at the team though. They open their checkbook and spend the money to get this team.
They got all the money.
They have
Take notes,
Mookie
Cubs.
Betts. They have Trey Turner. They have Freddie Freeman. Like think about like 4 years ago. Would you think those 3 guys would be on the same team together in LA?
Hell no.
That's pretty well. Number 2.
All right, number 1.
Number 1,
The Evil Empire.
Evil Empire. Yes, the Bronx Bombers, the Yankees. Aaron Judge is just on a freaking tear, man. I think Aaron Judge is about to earn himself the fattest contract in sports history after this season.
First in MLB, first in runs, first in home runs, second in on-base percentage, first in slugging, third in ERA.
Though he did just lose to the Orioles and I got my parlay. Fuck them, but then they bounced back and blew them out.
Next series, the 2 games against the New York Mets.
Yeah, that's gonna be a really good series. The Subway Series.
I
think the Yankees are just gonna own the Mets. Listen, the Yankees own the Mets like I expect them to do. Then you're gonna see the Braves on top of the Mets next week.
Carlitos, another Chicago one, says I'm a Cubs fan, but I think the White Sox jerseys are nice.
Hell yeah,
Anthony Rizzo, this was for you. I miss you, bro. I miss you so much, Anthony. I'm glad you're doing great. And over there with the Yankees, I love to see you prosper. You are a great and incredible man. You deserve everything good going to you in New York. I just want to say I miss you.
Do you think he still prefers Chicago pizza over New York pizza?
That's a good question.
Did he say that?
No.
I don't know.
Rizzo, if you see this ever, you still fuck with Chicago pizza more? I think he has to. I've had New York pizza.
I think right now with the New York Yankees, I think anything tastes good, better than Chicago stuff right now. Let's be honest.
And that was Jonathan Palaio's top 10, his top 10 of baseball rankings this week. He does this every Monday for a whole week straight. Hopefully next week we'll hit a new team in the top 10 or somebody makes a good jump. All right, guys, moment we've been waiting for. We may or may not have a little spoilers for you guys here on the Jca Sports Podcast. We tried to do this last week. We're gonna do this week. We're gonna go a little over it. I want you guys to join in on the comment section. We're gonna talk more Marvel. If you guys haven't seen
Marvel,
what is it?
Marvel.
All right. If you guys haven't seen Thor: Love and Thunder, I'll see you guys next week. Jca Sports Podcast here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. If you have, stick around. We want to know what you guys think. And also, they came out Comic-Con over the weekend. Phase 5 and 6. They teased 6 too as well. Yeah. We're gonna get into this. So there's gonna be spoilers in here. Sorry, but we gotta do this. We gotta do this now, guys. Are you fucking excited for this? What Marvel just came out with, especially for the Phase 5. First of all, Black Panther, that trailer, amazing. Oh, sorry, She-Hulk.
Look at the screen. Look at the screen. Okay, let's talk Phase. We're still in Phase 4, and She-Hulk Attorney Laws was coming up next August. It's August something. I can't remember the date.
I think Group 1 comes first.
This one's in August.
Yeah, this one's in August.
Yeah, She-Hulk's in August.
But yeah, they just came out with a brand new trailer. What do you guys think about it?
Instagram Live.
I thought it was good. It definitely showed more Hulk in it, which is really exciting. I think this is going to be a great show. I don't think it's going to top Moon Knight.
Really?
I don't think the She-Hulk is going to top Moon Knight. Let me see. It'll top Miss Marvel.
This might be unpopular. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I'm the only one who thinks it wasn't all that good. It was good, but it wasn't that good. Like, I think She-Hulk definitely has a good chance of beating it for sure.
Nah, I can't join that. I'm a big fan of Moon Knight. I thought the acting was great from everybody on that show. I thought the storyline was great. Yep. And they executed it. And then they opened up like the new, I guess, dimension, magic powers side of Avengers type of things. Like how are you gonna have Moon Knight eventually connect to what they teased in Phase 6, which we'll touch on later.
Yeah.
But eventually, I mean, Moon Knight's gonna get called to join the fight.
For sure. And
so is the red. I'm blanking out on her name. She looked bad as hell too. When she put on her wings.
Oh,
red something.
Yeah.
Scarlet Scarab.
Scarlet Scarab. Yep.
I like those. I like that choice. I mean, you kind of lose comedy, but I thought it was great, especially the actor, Oscar Isaac. I'm not gonna pick.
Yeah, I enjoyed Moon Knight a lot more than a lot of people did. A lot of people, like Jose says, unpopular opinion. I don't think it's very unpopular. I really do think there's a lot of people there that think that Moon Knight was ran pretty slow. It took its time, but remember, I think out of everybody, I think Moon Knight is probably the only one that they're actually coming in that is a dark character.
Right.
Especially what he has done when he's not. You never seen this from any other Avenger or any other Marvel character that came in. Mm-hmm. So you're seeing the dark side. What's probably the only, if not just a few of the dark sides that Marvel have, and he's one of them. So I enjoy Moon Knight a little bit more than usual. I honestly not better than Loki. I think it's not better than WandaVision. I think WandaVision is the number 2 spot, but definitely a number 3 spot for me. I could put it at 3 as the Disney series for Marvel right now that has came out within the last
Well,
2 years.
I'm definitely excited for Moon Knight's future in the MCU.
Same.
But talking about She-Hulk, I think it has a great opportunity to beat Moon Knight because of all the cameos. You have Daredevil. For those who didn't see the trailer, I'm sorry for spoiling, but Eric already mentioned. Spoiler alert. Daredevil is slated to be in this.
Well, he wasn't
show.
revealed in the trailer, was he?
Yes, he was. That was him at the end. That was him at the end.
Yeah.
That was him at the end.
I was watching it at work.
Him at the end when he flips and it shows his body. That's him.
I did not see the guy flipping at all.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, blind as hell, boy.
I'm telling you this.
Listen, man.
This
I
trailer-
was sending me a trailer and I was on overnight shift.
They have Wong in there, Abominations in it. There's a lot of cameos in this.
Yeah, so from the character aspect, I think that from the people that we've all known, if you've actually been watching Marvel from the very beginning, we actually see characters that we know and we actually have some type of connection to. Right, like you mentioned, Daredevil's in this one. Wong pops up, Abomination.
Mark Ruffalo's Hawk in it.
I kind of want to go on here. I kind of want to say within the last couple episodes, we might even see Shang-Chi.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
You know,
I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like we're gonna get a teaser, kind of like we did in Miss Marvel. Or maybe Wong just like name drops him, or even if not Shang-Chi, then his sister.
All right, sister. Yeah, one of them too, or the best friend. Either one.
The best friend.
Now this trailer got me really excited for the MCU. I think this is going to be the best movie to come out in Phase 4, and that's easily because Spider-Man: No Way Home. I thought was one of the top 3 Marvel movies. So I think this one can surpass it just by looking at the trailer alone. I hope I'm right.
I'm gonna be that guy right now.
I think I'm gonna join you right there too if you're gonna say it.
I'm gonna be that guy. This movie is only gonna surpass it numbers wise because Chadwick Boseman died.
Passed away is probably more respectful way to say it.
He's no longer with us. He passed away.
He died. He left us.
You know that it takes me back to like Game of Thrones when it takes me back to Game of Thrones when they're like, there's no insult calling a dead man dead, but like, but come on, you still gotta respectfully.
You gotta respect.
I respect them. I'm more than you guys are. I like Jack Robinson.
I don't know about all that, but here's the thing. This movie is gonna be great. This movie's gonna dude. Look at the trailer. Yeah, yes. I think him passing away. His passing away is bringing an emotional aspect that probably wasn't gonna be there before. But just looking at the trailer alone.
Okay, look.
Part one is arguably a top 10 movie. It's not overrated.
Part 1 is overrated.
Part 1 is amazing.
It is overrated. Yes, thanks to Michael B. Jordan's acting, it was amazing.
He could be in this movie, John. There's rumors that he could be the one playing the child.
But do you want that? No. Why?
Why wouldn't you?
Because then it's going to show another Black Panther movie can't have the success without Michael B. Jordan.
Come on, man. Come on, John.
Look, there's only too much going on. You got T'Challa's passing, and then you got to pass the mantle over. You have a new villain, and then there's supposedly a secret villain. You guys been seeing the rumors out there. A secret villain that's another MCU big bad potential in the future. So why would you throw Michael B. Jordan coming back in this movie for what?
There's no point. I agree with John on this aspect too. Look, it's a cute story. I'll give you that. Eventually, in Black Panther, he does have to die. He does die in order to carry on for his sister, because his sister does carry over.
She takes over the mantle.
The mantle, exactly. So whether if it was this one, whether if he was alive or not, I think this one would have just been that perfect story segue to like, all right, here's your sister. Let's do it.
I think if he never passed, we'd probably get another
movie,
another 5 movies. I would expect the mantle wouldn't be passed till after the next 2 Avengers movies.
After for the Phase 6 one?
Yeah.
No, because Secret was
gonna be dope. This movie's gonna be dope, bro.
No, it's gonna be dope. But Jose's trying to change the way.
He is trying to change the way.
But if Chadwick Boseman never passed, you don't think they'd give him a long contract just like Chris Hemsworth has?
Barring the success, yeah, I think you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Listen, how many people that never watched the MCU movie go watch Black Panther? The movie makes a shitload of money just off the name itself.
A lot of people are going to watch it.
You're absolutely right.
For the culture, yes.
I give you that. A lot of people are going to go watch the Black
Panther. They're not
Panther.
going to watch it because they know it's the last of Phase 4. not gonna watch it to see how it ties into the next Avengers, or they're gonna watch it just off the name and because Chadwick passed.
I love you, Jose. I love you.
He's the man of the culture.
I am a man of the culture.
But hopefully this movie does bring out success. Hopefully the storyline was great.
I'm sticking with.
I think Namor's gonna carry the movie.
I'm sticking with the movie being the best movie or the best thing in Phase 4.
No, that's Cap.
No,
it's not
not
gonna be
It's not gonna be
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. It's definitely not.
Spider-Man is a top. Spider-Man No Way Home is a top 3 movie for me today. So trust me when I say I already deem the movie to be one of the greatest MCU movies. Okay, I'm just saying this movie has the potential to be better than that movie is.
If we're still on this, are you guys gonna go see the extended cut when it comes out in September?
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sure. It's not
Mhm.
one.
Yeah.
Absolutely one. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Look. This movie's gonna be great. The only way it gets ranked the top 3 MCU, because then it would have to kick off Spider-Man on your 3 ranking.
Yes.
It's not gonna top. Who's your 2? Infinity War
Yes.
Endgame?
Yeah.
There's no way it's gonna top those.
No way it's gonna top those.
No way it's gonna top those.
100%.
So, in order for it,
I don't see anything topping those until the next
in order
Avenger
for
movie.
it to kick Spider-Man No Way Home out of the top 3, I don't even see this being a top 5 movie, but it would just have to be like super freaking emotional. My thing is, I feel like.
And I think it is,
I
John.
feel like however they show, them passing the mantle of Black Panther, it's gonna kind of dip in the movie. Like that's gonna be like the highest point of the movie, as far as Black Panther wise. But then you're gonna fuck with, Namor, and of course the crowd's gonna get hyped. They revealed somebody's gonna suit up in the new suit, which we all pretty much know who it is. And if there's a secret big bad in the end credits revealed, like I just feel like the emotional part of it is going to be the best part of the movie, but it's only because they're honoring Chadwick's passing.
I mean, he's still going to be in the movie regardless.
Right.
He's
But
still
probably
gonna be
just only the first half.
Probably, yeah, exactly. Probably the first half. And then that's where
I don't want that to be the best part of the movie,
It has to be everything
Is
overall.
that emotional pull of them honoring him. Like, I literally want a solid Marvel Black Panther movie.
I don't think he's wrong. I don't think he's wrong.
Okay.
I love you guys.
I don't want this to be.
Again, I said it has the potential. I would love to see it surpass it.
Listen,
again,
I had
since Spider-Man, we haven't really got something really good.
Listen, you're sleeping on Thor.
Thor was great.
Thor was great.
But-
Oh yeah,
but like-
it's not top 10.
It's not top 10.
Really? I think it cracks.
I don't think
It just cracks. I think it hits.
I enjoy
If
it
you
more
put it
seeing
on top
again.
10, it's number 10.
I enjoy seeing it more. I think it's an honorable mention.
Yeah.
I think so too.
That's what I'm saying. If it cracks top 10, it's 10.
Probably like 11, 12.
I think this becomes top 10.
Oh.
Emotionally, yes.
I don't know.
I'm wrong, but
Emotionally, but like plot wise and everything, no.
All right, let's go on. That was
Namor's gonna carry.
Black Panther is the last of
Phase 4.
Black Panther's last of Phase 4. Here we are, Phase 5. You see the timeline starting off with Quantum Mania. Guys, there was a leak. I don't know if you guys seen it. I sent it to you guys.
I've seen it.
We all seen it.
It looks amazing.
We seen it.
It looks amazing. Just a little bit we see. We know MODOK's going to be in it. They confirmed it at Comic-Con. MODOK's going to be part of this movie. What do you guys think about not only that movie, but Phase 5 in general? Because there's a lot of good stuff here.
There's a lot of good stuff.
Best Ant-Man movie ever to be made.
That's kind of easy though.
Right?
Part 1 was hilarious.
Part 1 was hilarious.
2 was kind of just a fill-in movie,
Right.
in my opinion.
All right.
It was still good, entertaining.
100% a film movie because I didn't enjoy it as much
It's like
as
Captain Marvel was a fill-in movie.
100%. Yes.
But I think Ant-Man and Quantumania can crack the top 10 MCU.
Yeah. For that,
I agree.
For
I
that,
agree.
again, I'll probably even scratch the surface where I might even try to scratch top 5.
It can.
Given the aspect of who's in it, what's going to be in it, and the whole putting it together, what Phase 5 and 6 is going to be, and if it's outright, it could crack the top 5.
Mhm.
Definitely top 10 for sure.
Top 10 of the year crack.
Top 10. 5 scratching, and that's the highest I'm gonna give it.
It could crack like how much Rodriguez goal in the World Cup.
And that goal is super overrated. Super overrated. But that's another topic for another day. But Quantumanium is probably the one movie I'm actually more excited to see. It's simply because we're finally gonna get the movies and it's gonna come intact.
Yeah.
Something that everybody's been wanting.
Mhm.
Right, wanting that
They've been wanting
what's connecting these series and these movies together,
Yeah.
and we're gonna get it. Loki started it. Let's go far back as Loki, and now Loki's that little linchpin to where it's going to be okay. This is where we're going, but you gotta watch Loki.
And I think that's why I'm like, you guys get it, like what you just said, it's gonna connect. But I think that's what annoys me the most is like when you see people like hating the Thor movie, hating Miss Marvel. It's just like, bro, like be patient. This is a reset of the MCU. These are another origin movies. Like Thor's is pretty much a reset, like it should be. Just like Spider-Man signed on for another 3 movies. They ended his perfectly. His Part 4 movie hasn't even came, but it's like, yo, this is a reset because as you've seen, they got Phase 5, Phase 6 lined up all the way to what, 2025, 2026?
Yeah.
Like, calm the fuck down. Enjoy the movies. It's all going to make sense later.
Yeah,
on
100%.
why they get connected. But that's what people just are constantly just bitching like, well, look at how Loki ended. Where's Kang? Where's Kang? It's like, bro,
Well,
chill.
Kang is going to be
Right.
Kang's going to be here for a long time.
Kang's gonna be here for
There's
a
no
while.
way you start off with him as
There's
one
no
of the
way
main.
He's done after Ant-Man.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You start off with him as the main antagonist in the first movie in Phase 5. He's going to go all throughout, and then they even have. We'll get to it in Phase 6, a movie based for just
I
him.
feel like Phase 4 is like the closing points of Phase 3 / also starting of Phase 5. So it's like,
Yeah,
it's a transition into the next big bad. I don't understand why people are.
It's a transition phase.
So impatient. Giving us something.
Thor, like, believe it or not, it's a fill-in movie. It really has nothing to do with the story as a whole. It just fills you in as what he's been up to going forward, and then they're going to introduce characters.
Okay, when you say it like that, yeah.
I think
It's to catch you up on like what's Thor done
Multiverse
after.
of Madness kind of get you a little like introduction as to what we could really go on, and we can and showing you these different type of characters.
What did our Avengers face after having to be called back to fight a big bad?
Right, and I think
Not to say Scarlet.
I think Black Panther's going to be. I think Black Panther's going to be the same way, depending on the movies. They're just a fill-in. What's going on? How do we transition to the next? And then introducing characters like Namor.
Yeah.
And whoever the Black Panther's going to be.
They don't kill off Namor.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think Namor will probably be here to stay for up until
very
Secret
long.
War. Secret Wars probably. All right, obviously, along with Phase 5, comes in with a whole new character, a whole new phase of Disney series, right? And in the Disney series, we have Secret Invasions, Echo, the Loki season 2, Ironheart. Agatha has her own spinoff, and of course, the one that's everybody most excited about is not only we're gonna get 10 episodes, but we're gonna have an extra 8 added to that one in Daredevil Born Again. Guys, is that the Disney series that everybody's more excited to watch, or are you excited for the other ones too as well?
I think everybody's excited for it because of how well and how good the Netflix series was. You get the same characters. You're getting Charlie Cox back as Daredevil. You're getting I forgot his name. It's Vincent D'Onofrio for Kingpin. So it's gonna be great.
The fact that they're giving him his own series and then making it the longest series we've ever had.
It's the respect of what he done.
I'm sorry, it's a season.
It's a season.
Yeah, it's the longest season we've had. It's amazing. And I think it's rightfully due. Like, I mean, who knows the amount of cameos we're gonna get in this show?
All right.
I mean, they'll probably bring back all the Defenders will probably appear. Spider-Man might fuck around and appear. See what the fuck he's been doing.
She-Hulk maybe might make an appearance or two.
Yeah, if he's in She-Hulk, of course she's gonna be in both. They're both lawyers.
Literally anybody could show up, but this is where like you can introduce, like you can connect all the heroes in New York, through this series.
Yeah, through the series.
Let's not forget, and not to jump off the Daredevil train, but the Guardians of the Galaxy 3. The leak that has not been really leaked, the trailer, but from what I hear, it's emotional, especially because this is going to be the last time we see this team together. Some characters are going to die off, guys. Some are going to go out. But after this is the end of Guardians of the Galaxy. So this is going to be
we'll get a new Guardians.
Another emotional. But they are introducing Adam Warlock.
Right.
So you are going to see some people, but for a lot of them, from what I hear, they're going to come off.
Not all of them. I do see like.
I can see Drax because
I think the most obvious is Rocket, just based off of the pictures going around the internet.
Well, yeah, they're gonna have his backstory.
Yeah, his backstory. I think he's gonna go Drax.
I haven't seen it, so
Drax will probably go. Pretty much it's a baby raccoon giving you sad puppy dog eyes. Like
cute.
He's terrified. He's terrified. He's about to be experimented on becoming.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Like you feel sad for the raccoon.
Ooh.
But honestly, this movie could crack top 10. Dude, James Gunn's work with
Part 1 and 2 are amazing.
1 and 2 are top 10 movies.
They're amazing. Part 2 got me emotional at the end when Yondu died. It's like, you know what I mean? Like imagine when you
Imagine
get
they
to
do a
actually,
team.
yeah.
I do hope they bring Gamora back.
They probably will. I think they probably will.
Well, do you want me to spoil it?
I didn't see Gamora in the trailer.
She's in the trailer. She's ahead of the rabbit.
I haven't seen the trailer.
In the trailer, they're getting attacked, and I'm like, and Peter's like, oh crap, the Ravagers are here, and Nebula's like, yeah, I made an appointment with them. He was like, you did, and the next, they come in with Gamora as their
I
leader.
gotta stop watching these half asleep.
Yeah, I know. I'm just worried about this sign just whacking me on the side of the head and stuff,
I think we can all agree we're excited for Loki.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
Ms. Marvels, I do have the Marvels. I do have high expectations for that movie. It better blow the first movie out the water.
I have high expectations for Secret Invasion. I want to see the Super Scrolls.
I'm right with you on that one. I'm with you on that
I
one.
want to see the Super Scrolls and MCU.
I think Secret
I
Invasion is
think all
going to
of
take
these shows are going to be good.
Blade. We haven't even talked about Blade yet.
Blade's going to be phenomenal, especially
Crazy.
who they have rumored to play Dracula.
Yeah.
It'll be amazing.
Who they have?
The guy from The Boys.
From the boys.
Oh. Interesting.
But has been officially announced.
Oh, okay.
Captain America: New World Order.
Sam Wilson's
That's
probably
gonna be dope.
as
The comics has. I think it's like my son Adrian was telling me it's like a Nazi group that he's gonna be going against in the World Order. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's like I guess it's a more modern.
More modern day one. Okay. All right, we kind of figured that we named that most all the ones that we're excited about, but we didn't get the two when Ironheart and Agatha. Is it just another fill-in movie for Agatha? Obviously, or a fill-in series, but Ironheart is kind of more important because we got to see her in Black Panther Wakanda Forever in the trailer. But also, it's a significant part of Marvel simply because of what we're going to head to right now in Phase 6. Not only for the Fantastic Four, but basically she is one of the key figures for Secret Wars.
I mean, she's the new Iron Man.
She's the new Iron
Yeah.
Man.
She's supposed to be the new Iron Man.
Supposedly.
And you see it in the Black Panther trailer. Her when she's hitting the hammer down, it's supposed to be like a little tribute to Tony Stark when he did it in the cage.
It's wacky right now. I ain't gonna lie, it's falling right now. So everybody on my Instagram live, you're just gonna hit.
Grab it and go down.
I think the Ironheart series has a potential to be top 3 series of the MCU.
I'll give you that one.
I hope so.
I'll give you that
I
one.
hope so.
That one too.
We'll see her in, like I said, the Black Panther movie. So hopefully, like her character's relatable and it gets you to the point. I'm actually pretty excited for this. So.
Yeah.
I think we should be excited because again, it's Iron Man. I hope like Ironheart's, has just as big of a role in the Avengers as Iron Man did. Obviously, she's not Tony Stark, but
the Funko Pop have released a Funko Pop of her like in a sort of like
it's like a Mark 1.
like a Mark 1 kind of suit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Pretty dope.
That's dope.
All right. Phase 6, as you guys can see, starting off with Fantastic Four. I think we all knew this was going to happen, especially since the cameo. I mean, they even announced this last year at Comic-Con. Finally, we get a release date. All right, how excited are you guys still for this movie to come out?
Crazy.
I'm just, you know what? Given the first 2 movies that came out, obviously Marvel didn't touch those. Those were based off from other different companies. So I'm not as excited of Fantastic Four. But the only thing that will get me excited is what villain is going to be introduced in this part. Right? Are we going to see Doctor Doom?
You have to.
Are we going to see?
You have to. And let me tell you why.
You know what I mean?
Doctor Doom is a huge part in Secret Wars in the comics. He's like the main antagonist in Secret Wars, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to. There's no other unless you do another movie or series in between. You have to introduce him hard here in this movie.
Yeah, 100%. I was hoping even seeing Galactus in between one of those. I was okay. The next one in Kang Dynasty.
Phase 7, 8, 9.
Well, because remember, this is the multiverse saga.
Yeah.
So they also came out with an Eternity saga that's going to come in the future in a timeless saga.
Okay.
So I think the Eternity saga is when they get more into the Celestials, and that's when you'll see Galactus. But for this one, we're still in the multiverse. I see Kang also being a big part of this movie.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
That's one of the things. Like they need to play this one right.
I mean, honestly, this one would be dope if they're fighting both Doctor Doom and Kang.
I think they're fighting Kang. Doctor Doom helps, but then he starts to get his own self-interest later on.
I definitely see that.
You know what I mean? But that's just
I'm hyped for this movie. The rumored casting for this movie looks amazing.
Yeah,
I do hope it's true.
I the one thing about Fantastic Four that still can't get out of my head. Do you see who's the casting for Silver Surfer if he does come out?
I did see that.
Is it Ryan Gosling?
It was Ryan Gosling.
I think it'd be good.
I think it would be great.
Yeah, it'd be great.
And then
He's
and
been
then you
wanting
told,
to-
and then you told, and then you send this on our group chat. Who's gonna play Doctor Doom? And I completely wholeheartedly agree that should be the perfect character for.
Amazing.
But the one thing that we're gonna see that we've never gotten within the last 12 years of Marvel doing the movies is we're gonna get Avenger movies in the same year.
Two of them. Two crazy Avenger movies.
Crazy Avenger movies. Not only just King Dynasty, but we just
Bro, make these movies 5 hours each. I don't give a fuck.
you know what? I agree. Make these movies long. This is the part
Make them
now.
3.5.
I think now Marvel has heard people like Kevin Feige has been hearing and been seeing that these Marvel movies have been shorter. So I think we're gonna see a little bit more of these Marvel movies hitting that 3-hour mark. Flirting with that 3-hour mark, 245, 250 around there, which would be perfect. I think we are in agreement here that the recent one, Thor: Love and Thunder, should have been a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer, just to introduce a little bit more of Thor's niece, daughter, whoever she's.
Multiverse of Madness definitely
should have been a lot longer for that one. So now I do believe that these movies are gonna flirt to where I agree with John here. We don't care. We'll sit 4 hours in a movie theater at 9:00 at night, coming out to going to work the next day on a Friday at 1:30 in the morning. This type of movie, the King Dynasty and Secret Wars have to be longer than Endgame and Infinity War.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see though. I could see the Kang dying in the King Dynasty. Obviously, it's going to be about him and all the variants, right? Them trying to stop them, stopping them, but then the aftermath is what goes crazy because there's still. I think there's still going to be so many different multiverses even after he dies. And I don't know what, because obviously I don't know what leads to a war, but there has to be a war.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
And I hope it's like for those who watch Dragon Ball Z, Eric, I know you're not going to really know this, but like the Tournament of Power, when it's like you fight you fight for a universe to survive.
Right.
I think it's gonna be something like that where they're like
They have different heroes fighting different universes.
yes, because they're going to be convinced that they're trying to have one universe. I think that's something that makes sense. How else you can get heroes to
I
fight
mean,
each
if
other?
it's a multiverse saga, what if Marvel's planning where, let's say, Fantastic Four are in a different universe fighting?
I mean,
Like, what if like Blade? What if every next movie, like, they're not even in the same universe?
Same Earth.
Yeah.
Same
Same
what do we
Earth.
get?
They're all fighting different variants of Kings, and we're gonna
that's
see
a
that.
good point.
We're gonna see that in King,
And then if we do get back to war time, then they just stay in there.
Right.
That's why I
crazy.
feel somewhere in between Fantastic Four and the King Dynasty, we might see another Doctor Strange movie.
That's why I think Quantum Mania is so important because I think that's going to be the way for them to travel through.
Let me ask you guys a quick question. Do you think is there a Spider-Man movie before he's Avengers movie, or we're not going to see Spider-Man?
Let's talk about it because there's
untitled slots in it.
eight. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 unannounced projects for Phase
No,
5.
we're talking about before Avengers.
There's something coming before.
There's like five
I think you.
Some might be series too.
I think you get another Spider-Man. I also think you get another Doctor Strange because you don't just have the end
Yeah,
credit scene
Doctor Strange has to.
with Cleo there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You don't have that if you're not going to lead up to it. You know what I mean?
I do believe that was I don't think rumor had it that the freshman year was supposed to be a series
That's
instead of a
serious.
movie.
But that's supposed to be like before all these
It's a
Spider-Man
prequel.
movies. It's a
Gotcha.
prequel.
It's a prequel series.
Yeah.
But I think another Spider-Man movie, I think, will come before
Definitely.
Avengers King.
And
Or before this
to
year.
top it all off, we'll end it like this. I think the next one, the Spideyverse into the Spideyverse, they're gonna come into this universe based off of that one, and then
We'll see because it's always a what if with Sony and their projects. But X-Men has to be part of this.
X-Men definitely has to be part.
I think the reason why they didn't announce it because D23 is coming up. They got to have something big to like. This is already bombshells as it
But
is.
either way, like, they don't even need to announce X-Men this year.
They don't.
They don't need it.
They don't. But like,
This was big enough.
But you,
This is big enough.
yes, but you've already
Give
been
us some
hinting at it.
details on this would be big enough.
But you've already been hinting at it. How many shows already? Miss Marvel, you hinted at it. You had
You know what? I think
Doctor Strange. You already hinted at it.
the big reveal is gonna be Fantastic Four.
You already came out last year Comic-Con with X-97. That's going to be part of it. You can't do what you did in Miss Marvel at the end and not put X-Men in there. You can't. Because then you're going to put 4 years?
I mean, okay, but what if the mutants part of the Miss Marvel ending leads to Fantastic Four introduction?
You should have put a Fantastic Four song. Why would you put an X-Men song?
I think it's perfectly fine the way that they did it because it gives you that tease of the X-Men that we all really want, and we already got it with Professor X.
Again, they've already came out with it. X-Men 97 is going to be one of these things.
X-Men 97 is going to come out next year.
Series, but that's what I like.
In Comic-Con, they already came out with characters.
Are you saying like you want X-Men like live action to be fighting?
So the way I see it, it's going to go down is that series it's just another universe where it's going to end up being crossed over to here. You'll probably see maybe at the last episode, I don't know, where you'll see like actual live action characters.
You'll probably see Cleo and Strange coming in.
I mean, I'm not saying like, I wouldn't be surprised because again, you don't do all those hints leading up and then not do another movie for another 4 years.
I get what you mean too, because in some of the X-Men series, the cartoons, I don't know if you guys watch it, but Strange does pop up in 1-2 episodes. So maybe that might be one during the incursion that you'll just probably see the little X after the last movie or last cartoon show, something like that for it to be intertwined into one. So
I believe it.
The Jca Sports Podcast, guys, we've been flirting for 2 hours. Literally, the last time we did this was our 100th episode. Carlitos with Matthew, Jordan, Josh, CP, Deontay, everybody that has been watching. If I forgot you guys on the comments, Jose's TikTok. I'm following my Instagram people right here. Thank you very much for watching, listening to us. Make sure you guys follow us on all our social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, under John Conavi or the Jca Sports. John Conavi on Facebook, JONCONAVI. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, Snapchat, Instagram, all that good stuff. TikTok. I was about to go with that. Fantasy football. If you guys are interested in joining our fantasy football league, all you have to do is go onto one of our social media platforms and type in your first and last name, and you are automatically in. The last day to put your name into our pot is August 7th. August 8th, we'll do the draft or the drafting of the divisions, and then we'll do the draft on August the 14th. Guys, I missed you guys. We should do this again a lot more often.
We will.
Probably will before,
I'm glad we got to use this studio before
you end up moving.
before we leave. But
One and done. For myself, Eric, Jonathan Plata right here next to me, Jose Contreras right there. If you guys are on Facebook, you guys can see where you're at. This was fun. We got to do this again. Make sure you guys tune in on Wednesday, where we can give you guys more sports topic to talk about. For Instagram Live, thank you guys very much. For Facebook, Jose! Right outro.
What a finish! Wow, that is unfreaking believable. What a way for a ball game to end.
Oh, that's what happened. Oh, that's terrible. My God. The humanity.
They may be the drunkest couple in the history of sporting events.
I loved his face.
I would suspect that fan is done for the night. Here's the thing. When you steal something, don't wear it.